I also saw a place where lost was placed on the signboard above the door. This was where clothes that women wear that looks like snake skin, G-string pants were first designed. Sex toys like dildo and artificial dolls that look like women, taste like women, and even feel like women are made here. A lot of STDs were also designed here. Their goal was to invent as many things that will make sexual intercourse more interesting and more people will want to partake in that scene.
My name is Larry, not my real name. My life is at risk and I don't want to make it worse. If they find out I am releasing this story, I might get killed or spiritually assassinated. I am a young man of 26 years old, but what I have done in my short time of life has been an abomination. Growing up, I had no girlfriend, no friends at school. I was shy. I didn't dress well, not good looking, and I stammered a lot. Nobody wanted to be my friend. I was quite lonely. It was as if I was nobody. I wanted to be among the happy kids who had friends and were enjoying life. So one day, everything changed.
I was going to a store to get some items for my mom. As I was about to enter the store, it was as if an invisible force made me stop and turn back. When I turned, I saw this beautiful girl. She was very fair and her eyes were hypnotizing. I could not break eye contact with her. She came over and introduced herself as Queen Latifah. We became close. Everywhere I go, I seemed to see her, like she knew I would be there, but she had some very strange behaviors. Like I never met her parents or brothers or relations. She had no friends. Nobody seems to know her. It was as if she just fell from the sky. Again, she does not like to eat fish. And anytime we go outside, if I order fish for myself, she gets really angry. She can even break down and start crying. She said fish was her family and they had feelings and life too. I would just look at her and say in my mind, what is she even talking about? But I tolerated all her strange behaviors because I had no choice. She was after all a very beautiful girl. No other girl around wanted to date me because I was seen as a very low class person. So one day, she told me I was going to follow her to her church. She said that if I follow her there, all my problems will be over, that everyone in town will love me, I will have friends, both male and female, I will be rich and famous. This sounded like music to my ear, as all I just wanted at that time as a very young boy was for my age mates in school and in town to accept me for who I am. I just wanted love. My father was dead. My mom had no time for me. She was always going out with different men. She told me that the church was in the ocean, and still it never bothered me when she said that the church was underneath the ocean, because maybe I was very young and maybe I never heard of anything like Satanism before. She told me we had to wait until it was dark. So at a certain time that night, between the late hours of 10 p.m. to 12, we went near the ocean. She looked deep into my eyes and told me that no matter what I see tonight, I should not be scared. She brought out a yellow drink that looked like an orange juice. She poured it into the water while saying some words I could not understand. She brought out biscuits and sweets and she also poured that into the water. Then she stretched her hand into the air and out of nowhere, a bell appeared in her hands and she rang it 6 times while facing the east side of the ocean. Then she started singing a strange song. I started hearing strange voices coming from the water. They were singing with her. The song was very sweet to the ear. The ocean started to move in a strange way, as if it was dancing to the song. Then suddenly, a very powerful lightning came from the sky and struck the water. Everywhere went quiet. The music stopped and the water was very still. Suddenly, the water started to part ways in the center, and steps appeared that went deep down into the ocean. She grabbed my hands and we started to descend down the steps deep underneath the ocean. We arrived at a place that was like a very big kingdom. It was a city under the ocean. I know I might sound scary, but down there are people who are living down there. This is a whole new world right there under the ocean. She directed me to follow her. When I looked at her at that point, she has changed form. Her hair was long, shiny, half of her waist downwards was like that of a fish. She reminded me not to be scared. So this, my friend Latifa, was a man-made or a mommy water after all. No wonder she does not like to eat fish or gets angry at me if I do. It was like everyone knew my name down there. Like already they knew I was coming. They were friendly towards me. They told me that they loved me. I was so happy. I was happy for the first time in my life. They told me that this was the best church in the world to ever attend, and there was going to be a meeting. We were told that we are going to go to this man who was staying in the Eastern Cape, who was going to be our leader. After the meeting, she then took me for a tour around the area. I saw a lot of things. I saw creatures that I never thought would exist. People on the land are being monitored in a big mirror. This mirror, I don't know how to describe it. It was like a flat TV, but at the same time, it covers the whole area. It looks transparent. If you go at the back of this mirror, you can see what is happening. This mirror is like it rotates wherever you are going. You can see what is happening in the real world, especially those they are monitoring. She took me to a place that looked like a chemist lab. On top of the door that leads into the lab was a big red sign named disease. This is where all kinds of strange sickness that came out all of a sudden were made and released into the world. Sickness like Ebola, Lassa fever, coronavirus, even HIV/AIDS, I was told, was first made here. I also saw a place where Lost was placed on the signboard above the door. This was where clothes that women wear that looks like snake skin, G-string pants were first designed. Sex toys like dildo and artificial dolls that look like women, taste like women, and even feel like women are made here. A lot of STDs were also designed here. Their goal was to invent as many things that will make sexual intercourse more interesting and more people will want to partake in that scene. To take the minds of Christians away from God. If you check what is happening now in the church, there are people right now who can dance to worldly music while in church. Women dance dangerous, sexy dances in church. Some people are dancing amapiano and makusa, gyrating wildly like they are in a nightclub. The target was to destroy as many people, especially Christians, as possible, with disease, sex, drugs, guns, and STDs. I was given a drink as we entered this place, and it was as if this drink killed my conscience. I did not see anything wrong in all these things I was being showed. We left the kingdom and went to that old man's place in Eastern Cape. The man had a face of a man with long beards, but he had breasts like that of a woman. He also had a human voice. He was a strange demonic mixture of a man and a woman. He told me that if I did what I was told, that the devil will give the world to me: money, sex, respect, and power. I felt I had nothing to lose, since nobody wanted to know me or like me out there in the world because of my ugliness. I might as well do this and gain everything. The man took us into a room where there was a very big clay pot, and that clay pot had a very strong smell. He did a ritual on me. I was told to put my face inside that clay pot. After the ritual, I looked into the mirror, but I was shocked because when I looked into the mirror, I did not see my face again. I saw my face turning into the face of that old man. Something has happened to me spiritually. From this time going onwards, I could separate my body from my spirit. My body stayed at home while I walked in the spiritual realm. I would cause divorces, road accidents, causing problems in churches, and disturbing church services where the true gospel of God was preached. I was sent on my first mission to put the spirit of homosexuality in a church. That particular pastor had a weakness for watching pornographic films when he was alone in his office or at home. Through that weakness of his, I put the spirit of homosexuality into the pastor, and he gradually started sleeping with the male choir members, and that was how it gradually spread through that church. It was one of my easiest missions. The very first step before any mission is to study your target. Every human being has a weakness, and if you look long enough and well enough, you will find them. Use women to tempt a man that loves sex. Use money to tempt a greedy man, or use food to tempt a glutton. There are so many churches that have tested for weakness and have realized that most of them are fake. A lot of prophets work for the devil, and most of them are given money by the devil himself. A lot of churches, most of them are now selling a lot of things like anointing oil, wristbands, and a lot of stuff. Be careful of those oil, because those oil, you don't know where they are coming from, and most of them are prayed for by the demons right there under the ocean. They will end up controlling you, because each and every demon has a name, and when you put on that oil, it's as if you have the signature of that demon, and it will be hard for an angel to bless you, protect you, or save you when you have the mark of that demon. At some point, I was sent for an assignment, and this time it was a pastor. This pastor that I was supposed to go to, I was supposed to go into his household. And as I came to his house, the house was covered by the presence of the Lord. It was like a fence of fire, and I tried to go inside. I saw the man wearing white clothes, holding a sword in his hand. The devil urged me to go, that nothing will happen to me, but I know he was a liar. I knew that I wasn't going to make it, but I could not refuse because I already pledged my allegiance to the devil. As I tried to go closer to this house, I was hit by the sword and I fell down. I narrowly escaped with my life. When I woke up back in my body, all my body was filled with wounds and I could not walk for 2 weeks. The devil had no mercy. Even though I was deeply hurt, we were told that we had to work very hard and to meet our targets because time is running out and Jesus was about to come. So the devil needed a lot of people on his side. I was promised a lot of money, but this never came because I realized the devil is a liar. He will keep on giving you fake promises, never-ending promises, but all of his promises that he made to me, all these promises were fake. I'm going to come back to tell you how Jesus Christ fought for my life. Dear listeners, right there is a message that was forwarded to me. Let us talk about this issue on the comment section. I will be back with another episode.